And Alan, we always like to catch up and check in on the international flair that we have going on here in NASCAR these days. And we all know that Marcos Ambrose was from Tasmania, which is a little island south of the mainland there in Australia. But his new crew chief is Walter Giles, and if you haven't met him, you have to know that he also is from Australia. And so we've got two from down under Marcos. He's from Sydney, though. Well, first of all, I just want to hear you two have a conversation about your race car, and there had to be no translation, right? Because you speak the same language.
Well, Walter is from New South Wales, and we won't hold that against him. He did break out and move to the US about 10 or 12 years ago, but yeah, Walter's great. Been great for me this year. He's come from DI. He's got a lot of skills here in NASCAR, and we're just really excited about starting this season.
Walter, this has been not your first experience, obviously, in NASCAR. You used to race. You raced in NASCAR Australia. We just lost our lights. So apparently I'm now all audio, Alan, and we'll see if we can correct this for you in due time here. Walter, yeah, you're on radio now, basically, Walter. So let's just talk about the fact that now you've come to NASCAR US. Obviously, it's not your first here, but what's this experience been like growing through NASCAR here in the States?
Well, first of all, I've been told I've got a great face for radio, so it's good. Nah, it's been really good. I've had a great time since I moved over here and met a lot of fantastic people and worked with some really professional individuals in this sport. And
now it's back at work for me, you know.
Well, yeah, and we can get into that a little bit. But as you came over here, you used to race too. So how much fun has it been for you to get the pinnacle of American motorsports now?
Yeah, I always had aspirations of driving over here, but just never got the opportunity. And when I retired from driving, this is the next best thing, and I'm really enjoying my career right now, and it's been great. And looking forward to helping Marcus get to where he wants to be. And even though he is from Tasmania, there are a lot of stories about Tasmania, I might add.
Well, and so, how are we going to see like a good old down-home rivalry all year between you two, Marcos?
Well, I guess there will be. You know, Australians are pretty good sports, and Walter's been here. He's a little fragile. He didn't take to some early jokes, but we're getting on.
All guys from Sydney like that?
Yeah, I mean, that's Sydney for you. You know, it's all that city flash.
Yeah. And Walter, one more thing from you, because I want you to tell just a little bit about what you knew about Marcos when you saw him as a two-time V8 Supercar champion in Australia, and what your impressions might have been thinking about working with him.
Well, you know, before I met him, my major concern was that he was like all the other supercar drivers, that he'd be a snob. But he hasn't turned out that way. He's an exception to the rule. So it's a pleasant surprise.
Very good. And as long as you can get along with the guy from Sydney, this is going to work out, isn't it?
Well, he's got bigger muscles than I have, so I really got to watch my step here. You know, we're really excited. It's just by chance that two Australians have hooked up over here in America, and we're really looking to deliver some results for Kingsford and the whole JTG racing team. It's been a chance for me, and I'm just pleased that Walter's here to help me, hopefully, get to where I need to go. And really, there aren't many excuses left. Now it's down to me, and that's all I can ask for.
Well, Jamie, a great reputation between the two, great respect for each other, and now both of them, great experience in NASCAR. It should be a good combination.
Dave, they don't get happier, more go-lucky than that man, Marcos Ambrose. But Brad Coleman comes pretty close. You know, he was one of those rookies battling last year, and he's got a fan club here. It's all of his crew members, very young team here. Brad Coleman, of course, on a new team, Baker Curb Racing. You were with Joe Gibbs last season for a part-time schedule. Why the decision to come to this team this year?
Well, simple. I mean, these guys offered me the full ride, and with the company like Kimberly-Clark and Kleenex, I mean, I had to jump all over it. So, I mean, I'm really excited to be with these guys. As you just saw, they're great guys. They love to have fun, and they're really good at what they do.
So this is your first time coming to California in these style of cars. You've been here in a Porsche, though. What do you think the difference is?
It was a little different in the Porsche, because all you do is you go down the front straightaway, you go through 1 and 2, and then right after 2, you have to slam on the brakes and turn left and go in the infield. But I flatted 1 and 2 in the Porsche, so I can say I flatted 1 and 2, but just not in a stock car.
Well, Tuesday's going to be another first. You're no longer going to be a teenager, turning 20. Remember in Mexico last year, a pie in your face?
I do remember the pie in the face. At our team meeting earlier today, they brought a cake in, and I ran because I was scared I was going to get another pie in the face, but they didn't do it, thankfully. But yeah, Tuesday I'll be in Las Vegas just hanging out with my family, and I'm going to go go-kart racing. I heard there's a pretty good go-kart track out there.
Yeah, I did too. I hear you liked it over there, pole position. Well, we'll hopefully hang out. We're going to go race tonight. We're going to stay positive about that. Right, Mike?
That's right, Jamie, and I'm with another one of those young guns, 23-year-old Kelly Bires. And Kelly, you had a little bit of experience last year at California. Obviously, it didn't go the way you wanted. You finished outside the top 20, but how many strides have you made? How far have you come since that race?
That last year was about our last race that we really struggled at, 1.5 mile, 2 mile range. So last race we took an older version car to. We knew we weren't going to run very well there. We took actually this weekend we've got the same center section of the car, but it's got a makeover. It's got new front rear clips, body, and everything on it. So this car's ran well for us everywhere we've taken it last year. I think we ran it about 3 times end of the year, and it was top 10 car every time we run. We took it to Vegas here about a month ago, and the thing was top 5 in speed there, and brought it out here today in limited practice, and it was top 10 in practice. So just real comfortable with this. So I was here last time. I felt like I forgot how to drive and stuff, but got right back in it today, and it's awesome. This guy's really built a good car.
Mechanically speaking, it looks like you've come a long way, and I think some of that credit has to go to your crew chief, Scott Zipadelli. But how about you as a driver? What did you learn last year in your abbreviated schedule that's going to help you improve this year?
Well, I'm still not done learning. Every week I learn something new. You get to run with the best guys every week, week in, week out. And Scott Zipadelli's really put a great team together. And the guys that work at JTG Racing have worked really hard over the winter, not just to get one car, but build a couple bullets. So we got a couple at home to spare. And we're all about top 10s this year. We had a great run in Daytona last year. It was great for our sponsor Clorox to run as well as we did. And to come out here, they're based in Oakland, California. So definitely want to have an outstanding run for our team to be a top 10 to start with, and just lead into numerous runs like that this year, and then hopefully at the end of the year have a shot at running the top 5 in points.
Well, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Doc, keep an eye on this kid. He may be due for a breakout season. When you look at the speed charts from this morning, he was the fastest among the nationwide only drivers, I should say.